YouTube, it's your boy JulezPrintz back up in this view with another tech review video. So today we're gonna be talking about something that's actually very interesting to me. It's not anything on the average review. This specific piece of gear is more catered toward direct filmmakers. No like little videography, nothing like that. It's strictly filmmaking gear, or more like studio gear. You already saw by the title, we were talking about the X12B teleprompter from Neewer. Now if you're wondering what I'm gonna use a teleprompter for, I have no idea. I don't have any clue, but I just thought it would be great to have for future purposes, just in case I'm doing an interview and people need to say their lines, we can write out a script for them. If I'm playing a role in my own film, maybe I need to look at the camera and do like a monologue or something. I don't know, but who knows where the future can go. So I feel like it's just a good piece of gear just to have in the background, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be my, oh yeah, let me go, I'm going to a shoot, yeah, let me use this. No, not like that at all. You know what, let me bring it here. Sit that in there. Just put that in real quick so I don't bump it. So yeah, teleprompter. There's nothing really on here that you have to change like feature-wise or setup. So this is basically the teleprompter sitting on my Neewer tripod. It's only this top portion. It doesn't come with a screen. It doesn't come with anything but the box and what it's already attached to, which is a stand. Mad easy to set up. All you do is open it and unfold it. Very simple. It's very basic. There's nothing about this gadget that you have to program or anything like that. It's strictly ran through the Teleprompter app from Neewer. One more thing. Backlights. Necessity. And that has nothing to do with it. I just forgot to add some backlights. Totally unrelated. So the app is very simple. You have 4 ways you can add text into the app. You can actually create it and type it out. You can upload text from your phone. Say you previously scripted out something on your phone and you didn't have it on the device you actually wanted to use on the teleprompter itself. You can just upload the file from your phone directly to the app. Thirdly is uploading the text via Wi-Fi. So you can also, it's like an AirDrop, or you can do it through the cloud. Now when it comes to reading and speed, you can adjust the speed of it. If it's going too fast, slow it down. If it's going too slow, speed it up. Simple as that. Why would you not be able to do that on a teleprompter? You can also enlarge the font, align it in the middle, move it to the left, adjust the background color, and even rotate the screen. For instance, if it's a long paragraph and you don't want to read it sideways, vertical. Give yourself more room to prepare yourself to read what's coming next. And you can also have it cycle so it goes back straight up to the top. If you read your whole script and it goes down to the bottom, you can have it either stop and go back to the top and not play, or you can have it recycle and go back up and just continue to play. You can store all your scripts on the app. You can store it on the cloud in the app. So that way if you have another device you want to use, download the app on that, it's on that cloud, device to device, streaming both. Let me give you a light tutorial real quick. So this is the base plate to my Neewer tripod right here, right? And it's easy. It has 4 screw threads, so you have options between sizes. Pause. If you have a Neewer tripod, like I said, it's a nice click in and you're locked. Look at that. Just like that. So this is what it looks like on the tripod. And then this is where you set your camera up to look through here to then get the view, right, Moach? This is your little pull-out section for your device on which you're gonna actually put the words on. Me personally, I'm gonna use my iPad. Hopefully it fits. So there's nothing you have to attach, nothing you have to screw in. You just place, adjust, and look, you're locked in. So when the screen comes on, you see it right there. So some of y'all may think, oh, you can see the reflection right through. Like, how would it work? And you go, man. So if I decide to put this camera through here, I can't even see the camera, but you guys can see me, and I can see the screen perfectly. Now, but for if you don't know how a teleprompter works, this is what they use for like news anchors, or if you're in an interview, or even if you have to script something. And sometimes it's hard to just talk in front of the camera without stuttering, without making sure everything goes perfect. So if you can read, only if you can read. If you can't read, you might have to go back to school. If you can read, teleprompters are a great deal for scripting, news anchor, anything like that where you have to read something, but you don't want to stutter, you want it to be fluent. This is how it's used. All right, let me shift you out the way. I feel like if I move too much, I might break the glass. So basically the glass on it, it has a tint on the front of it. So me looking into it, you can't really see what's inside, but when you're looking out of it, the camera can clearly see through. But the tint is not a darkening tint for the camera lens itself. So it's not gonna be struggling with ISOs or struggling with brightness or anything like that. What you do have to worry about is the lenses that you equipped onto your camera that's going to be in the box. If you're using a wide angle lens, you may catch the bottom of the iPad or whatever screen or device you're using to stream the words from, which is why I recommend you either use a 24 focal length or up. That's the best way you can actually get the scene without incorporating the box around it or the device on this plate right here that comes out. Now don't get me wrong, it does have adjustments. You can adjust the height of the camera. You can adjust the depth of the camera. So if you need to push it up closer to the glass, you can do that. If you need to pull it back, if there's a glare. Speaking of glare, be careful with lighting in this situation. If you're lighting your scene, you do not want to light in a way where you're gonna catch a glare on the glass of the teleprompter. If your camera is in there and they see the glare, you're obviously gonna see the reflection of your camera in the glass. Now, I did have a thought about that. You could also set up an A cam and a B cam. Say you're doing an interview, you could set up an A cam, you could set up a B cam, and you could set up the teleprompter to just be reading the words, not have a camera behind it. You can really use it just as it is. You don't have to put a camera behind it. For my thought, when it comes to a light glare like that, and if it's unavoidable, say you're outside or something, a great way for documentary is never look at the camera. Or if you have a teleprompter right to the side where the interviewee is looking, set it off offset of your A camera that way, but it looks like he's talking strictly off feeling, not reading directly off a screen. That's a way to avoid a glare when it comes to shooting. You don't have to shoot in the box. I'm gonna repeat that. You don't have to. If you look at the build of it, it has a metal stand for a base and it has a plastic film around the edges with the plastic screen. It's not even actually glass, it's actually plastic. And to surround the box, it has this kind of mesh feel. That's the exterior. Everything is really ran through the app. You also get this little remote, which will allow you to play, pause, just basically a TV remote. Just an easier way for the lazy society of America now. And that's the app. That's everything you need to know about the app. It's very basic. There's nothing hard about it. So once again, this is only for filmmakers, people making big projects or something needed for scripting, something needed to be read without stutter, fluent, and no retakes. Now there is different versions. This one sits at $100. This is the X12B version. There's like X14, X blah, blah, blah. There's more, but this is the X12B. I don't think there's a reason for you to go any bigger or crazier for a teleprompter. Unless it's a bigger screen you need, but I think this is the best basis you can get. There's also one below this one, but there's a smaller screen here, a little bit too tiny for me. This is a good size, good price, good budget start, if it's needed. I can't drag enough to say that this is a very specific piece of gear that you would need in filmmaking. Will I ever use this again in any situation? Not anywhere within the next, you know what, actually I can't even say that because things have been changing so drastically, so fast. I can't even promise you that. But I can't promise you will get your money worth if you actually decide to invest in something like this if it's needed for your kind of craft. It's mobile, you can break it down very quickly. It has a storage case that comes with it. And you only need 3 things. Yourself and your 2 hands. You don't even need 2 hands, you can have 1. I do really appreciate the compatibility it has with tripods. It has its own base plate. It has specific threads for you so that way you can actually work with any tripod. You really do have many knobs for adjustment. Even if you want to throw big, beefy 200mm lens on there, I have no idea why would you even decide to do that, but you can. It does pull back far enough to adjust that far. You can do it, but I don't know why you would do that. I'm just saying, I'm using it for reference, you know? And to me, this is crazy because this is the first video that I actually made sitting in my room the entire time. I didn't have to go out and shoot. Strictly made off information. This is an informative video. So if you're not informed, I don't know if you're just not informed. That is everything you need to know about the X12B teleprompter from Neewer. Thank you for sending me this product. I will make sure I find a way to put it to use. You know what I'm saying? I gotta find a way to put it to use. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them in the comments below because I'm always looking. I'm always paying attention to what you guys say. It's very important to make sure I listen to what you guys say. So yeah, drop a comment for me. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this video, if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you in any way. I had a little itch on my chin. If it did help you anyway, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. More review videos coming out, more vlogs coming out, more videos coming out, man. It is the Printz gang representing, man. I can't thank y'all enough for being here and enjoying, or not enjoying, or just seeing my face, see y'all watching. Damn, skid it, boy. Printz. Yeah.